Welcome to Entrepreneur India. Today we have founders of EaseMyDeal. They are doing something really remarkable in the fintech industry, and today we are going to learn right from the founders. Welcome to Entrepreneur India. Before we begin, it would be great if we can begin with your personal journey. Or did you guys meet up? Or did you come up with this idea?
So we started off in 2015, 2016. It is late of 2015. One day I randomly get a call from Gaurav that we want to start something. And I have a friend of mine, Rishabh. So Gaurav being the common bridge between the two of us, he introduced me and Rishabh, and we started off started off as a small business from one very small office, having one table, a few laptops, and we just knew that okay, we are passionate about building something. We are not made for the corporate job world. We cannot keep continuing doing the jobs that we are already doing. All three of us from the engineering backgrounds, we were inclined towards the tech field, so we wanted to create something digital. And there was a lot of movements, a lot of things were transitioning into the digital space at that time. So in 2016 the demonetization happened, and we were also just starting off our things. 2017 we incorporated our company in GitHub, and then we just started pivoting one product after the another, one service after another, and then eventually in 2021 we landed up on EaseMyDeal. That is a brand name that we are carrying forward, and we are trying to make a legacy out of it into the digital space.
So, what is it like? Three founders. How does the decision making process happens? What is the process like? Take us a little bit of background. कुछ अंदर की बात बताओ.
So all three of us, we handle different departments. Rishabh here looks after the tech department. He is the CTO. He looks after all the technical decisions. He is the one to initiate all these kind of things. But obviously Gaurav, being B.Tech, M.Tech himself, he obviously pitches in. He has a lot of inputs. So we discuss, we consult each other, we take a lot of inputs from each other, and then we come to a conclusion. Gaurav here, being the CEO, he takes forward all the business decisions of partnerships, sales, marketing, everything. He drives the company wherein me and Rishabh, we collaborate with him and we pitch in together, whatever the ideas there are. Sometimes we do have our difference of opinions as well, but they are handled very amicably.
So here what I believe is hardcore discussions and brainstorming sessions between us and heated discussions eventually lead up to a very good decision making. And we being three, the two of them, either of two of them makes the decision, and then the decision is being taken care of. And the best part is the roles and responsibilities are very clear between us. So we know who is tackling which part of the company, and we support them instead of becoming an hindrance to him.
So the decision making is, I would like to say, it's very organic. We three gel with each other like quite well. We understand each other now. It's been almost a decade since we are working in this together. And like Gaurav mentioned that we as individuals know what is our roles and responsibility. So we support each other rather than, if we even have a question, we would like to discuss. But it will never become like, nahi yahi karna hai, aise hi hoga. Each one has their own points. We argue even with each other, but it should have a valid point. And after that, whatever conclusion comes after the discussion, we go ahead with that thing. So, but again, I would like to say it's very organic. Never ever I remember ke we have fought over something or we have a big argument over something. It was very cool and everything.
That's
very fine.
Absolutely fantastic that you can find a way through the disagreements and maybe build up work towards a common goal, right? So my question is to Gaurav. The concept was fintech. We hear so much about fintech, like the grand festivals right now, events happening. There are so many platforms. When you started out, right, and the concept was just taking off. The idea of empowering, the idea of people actually using digital payments. Of course, UPI being the backbone of a lot of states, right? But then still there were lot of apprehensions. Even the industry itself didn't know what shape will it take. So I want to go through the ideation process, and how you aimed at making it unique.
So I'll tell you, when we were entering into this fintech industry, there were a lot of big competitors coming up with the loads of funding into their bank accounts. And one of my uncle told me that you are entering into a fintech and challenging the big ones. It would be very difficult you to make a mark into this industry. But I told him that I trust the execution strategies and the skills of my team, and I believe that. The company doesn't stand on its own by idea or just funds. The execution strategies impact makes creates a lot of impact into this particular thing. So when I entered into this fintech world, we thought that we will not be only just the fintech brand, we would be the financial as well as the lifestyle brand of the public. And that is why we bought up with the name EaseMyDeal, and we didn't add something pay or something to it, because what is a deal? Deal is a transaction between two people, and we want to ease that particular thing for the people. And that transaction can be related to either financial space, can be either related to shopping, or can be either related to any lifestyle things we do. So that was the only purpose, that we will ease the things for the customers and we'll not make it more complicated for them. Giving a very flexible and easy interface, easy to convey messages, easy to convey our advertising opportunities that we were giving it to them, that okay, this is what we are advertising for, and not making it too complex for the public. And that has worked out brilliantly for us.
Just to dive deeper into this, when you say you want to ease everyone's fees or transactions or everything, so help me walk through the process through the problem areas. What were the problems you were trying to solve? Say for a common day, everyday person like me, if I come to EaseMyDeal, why should I come to the EaseMyDeal platform? And what are the incentives of being a loyal customer or user of your platform?
So basically, what we thought is that when the user were onboarding to any of the applications, for example, let me say there are 5 screens coming for the onboarding. What we thought that 5 screens are not needed, 2 screens are enough for this. Why do we add 5 screens for this? So that makes a task difficult for us. These are small things, but for the customer, it matters a lot that I have to waste a lot of time in getting onboarded to a particular thing when unnecessary things are being demanded from my side. Other thing is that when coming on to the payments part, the payment segment, we have always focused on the success rate of the payments. When the other fintech brands, I believe, focuses on the commercial part of their payments, we focus on the success rate of the payments. Our success rate of the payments have been very high, and we also focus more on the frauds and the chargebacks. I am proud to say that we have the lowest chargeback rate and the fraud rate in the industry. That is even lesser than 0.0002%, and that is the best in the industry. So our strategies, our aims were a bit different from what others targeted into the market, and hopefully that has worked out for us.
That's great, because just to have, especially on the short part, and just to have a great user experience, and it also accounts for a lot of trust. And also that the companies or the people are behind it are accountable for whatever is happening on the platform. The next question is if I spoke about the fintech, that it is such a big sector right now. Every year it dominates the charts of most funded. So just to do something, to build something from scratch is itself a big task right now. And then you go to the market, right? And then there are so many companies, there are so many market investors, they all are betting big on fintech, right? And then there is you who is trying to find your own niche. So how do you compete in that?
Who doesn't like investments? We too also like investments, but the problem here was that first thing is that we all three were occupied with a lot of things that we didn't have time to go and pitch and find the investors. We trusted on ourselves and see that let's take it forward and take it to some point, then after that we can explore the opportunities of investment. Right now we are an ARR of 100 CR, and probably next financial year we would be looking for some of the investments. But yes, it has been a very difficult journey for us when compared to other fintechs. Being bootstrapped is not an easy part, but the confidence in you and the confidence in your team makes it more easy. And I'll tell you, the best part that we have worked out is hiring the best team out of the resources available into the market. And by God's grace, we have been lucky that we are being gifted with the best team, I believe. And the team has helped us a lot in achieving the Bootstrap business of the year as well. And all kudos to my team that who has worked day and night for this particular thing. So again, coming back to the execution strategy is the key to this.
So execution is the keyword right now, right? And I want to understand there is always a conversation in the industry. Bootstrap रखे या फिर equity दे दे. So do you think there is some sort of does it impact the company's culture, influence as a founder? Do you think this is something like you will never have you will dilute your equities for VC funding? Or do you think does it make any difference, bootstrapped or chahe VC funded or does it impact the founders' thought process?
We know how bootstrap company works. We have been bootstrapped till now. Okay? And what we can comment about who is funded is कि भाई नंबर्स के पीछे बहुत भागना पड़ेगा, वीसी जान खा जाएगा, इस टाइप की चीज़ें होंगी. बट ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. वी आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड फॉर इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज एज वेल इफ द राइट वन नॉक्स द डोर. बाकी currently we are good with being bootstrap. We are doing good in numbers. We are growing month on month, and like Gaurav mentioned that we are doing a ARR of 100 CR and being profitable as well. So this gives you a confidence that something that we are doing is going on to the right direction, and we are doing something better, I will say, from others, that we have hold the nerves of some of the users who are liking EaseMyDeal as a brand and as the services that we are providing to them. So yeah.
More thing to add to this is that for example, right now, if I may, my company valuation maybe around 1200-1500 CR. I own 1/3 of the company, 33%. Okay, ultimately I am the owner of 400-500 CR valuation. Would that be more useful me, or if my company becomes a unicorn and I am the 10% of the owner of the company, that gives me more money. So it's not greedy about. We are not greedy about the equity. We are more concerned about that how big the brand can become, how big the purpose we can solve. Even if it accounts for we giving the equity to the investors, we are open to that. We are not greedy about the equity. That is what our opinion is.
One goal that we all three have in our mind is that company is bigger than us, and we all are working for the company, and the end goal is that we have to keep the company into the priority, and we have to make the company big. Irrespective of us, we are there for sure, but above us it's the company. So we have to look for the betterment of the company. We have to take that decision which is best for the company.
Like just say never in terms of investment and funding. So we are not saying never, but at the right time, at the right moment, we will look forward.
So basically, in nutshell, like you will maybe some strategic thought comes and then maybe. So it's not a completely no. It's not a completely.
Yeah, it's not a complete.
You mentioned about profitability. You talked about scale, right? And in this industry, if you look at the market, it's so tightly, very tightly. It's very competitive, right? It's very intense. There are new companies coming up. There are companies that are shutting down left, right, center. At least in last 3-4 years, we have seen so many come and go. At least, right?
Especially,
and we have seen so many scale up and then eventually don't end up.
Bubbles that burst.
Bubbles burst, right? So, for you guys, I want to understand, like, how do you plan to scale it up? Because there are only that certain segment of users, right? Everybody wants a pie there, right? So how do you plan to, scale it up as well as maintain profitability? And considering that the margins, from what I understand, are relatively very, very slim in this, right?
You are trying to catch how we are making profits. Basically, I'll tell you that is not cute. So there are 4 key metrics that we focus on while we want to focus more on profitability because we are bootstrapped. So the first one that we have focused highly on is performance marketing. You may not see EaseMyDeal brand name everywhere, but the user who wants that particular problem to be solved, that person knows EaseMyDeal. So that is what our performance marketing team has worked very well on, that reaching out to the right audience, not just showing EaseMyDeal to everyone into the market, instead just showing it to that person who needs us right now. This is the first metrics. Second is the tech. So we being from the tech background, we have focused heavily on tech, and our investments onto tech went high because we were into the tech personally, and our tech is so advanced and scale that we can scale it to from 10 lakh user to 10 crore users in a span of 7 days only. That highly advanced tech that we are using with the highest level of frameworks and the highest level of technologies. The third one is the operational skills. So if you can inspire your team, you can motivate your team that you are onto the right path, you can get the maximum out of the employees that are working for you. And I'll give hats off to what the operational skills have been of our company, and from that also we were able to maximize the profit and reduce the expenses so that we can become profitable. And fourth one is God's grace. That has to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. The luck plays a lot of the, and then this is what next thing, which, and I would like to let the audience also know, if you guys can simply simplify it for us, that how are you different from other players? EaseMyDeal sunke, I can make a lot of the name is very gives me like covers a lot of things. EaseMyDeal किस चीज का कौन सा deal ease कर रहा है मेरा भाई. So it's very important that if you could simplify it, that what makes your product so unique from what existing competitors are doing.
Looking into the marketing part, I like to answer that. The first one that makes it different from other, not from the business perspective, but as a social responsibility, I like to tell that as a brand EaseMyDeal, we have taken a pledge that whosoever makes a transaction on our platform, some part of the transaction would be donated to the Indian Armed Forces from our own pocket. It's not on the whole of the revenue, it's on every transaction. You make a recharge on my platform, I'll donate some amount from that recharge from my own pockets and will not charge you anything extra to the Indian Armed Forces. That gives a feeling of pride to my customers. So my first customers feel pride in using EaseMyDeal rather than just using any other platform. So this is one of the differentiating things that works onto my platform. Second is where today other fintech applications charge convenience fee and platform fee on basic bill payments. Here we as a brand don't charge any platform or extra convenience fee from any of our users. Instead, we believe giving cashbacks to the user and giving a more prominent and more I would say meaningful scratch cards, not unmeaningful scratch cards that they can use into the other thing. The third thing that differentiates EaseMyDeal is our Go VIP membership. So Go VIP membership we recently launched, and it is a financial and lifestyle membership. It gives you the access to 20 plus OTT platforms including Amazon Prime, Jio Hotstar, Sony Live, Z5, everything, with exclusive deals on all travel, flight, hotel, bus bookings, all kind of recharge bill payments. Not only bill payments and your lifestyle changes, gives you additional discounts on all brand vouchers, gift cards, more than 500 plus brands, exclusive discounts on EaseMyDeal, including bigger names like Make My Trip is there, and Geo Stores is there, Lifestyle is there, and
Amazon Shopping
is there. So you get access to a lot of discounts. And we have not only covered the lifestyle expenses, we have also covered the investment as well. You can invest into digital gold on our platform, and the gold rate is the best in the industry on our platform, and we give you extra 1% cashback. Not only you can purchase the gold, you can lease your gold and make a gold FD and earn an extra 4%. So that means if the gold is appreciating at a rate of 12%, that 12% plus 4% gold FD, you get an access to a very good 16% returns on your gold. That is far better than the mutual funds and is a less risky option. So this is the differentiator of EaseMyDeal.
and this gold leasing is a secured.
It is a secured. It's fully backed. So we lease gold to jewelers and we take 110% bank guarantee from them. If they don't return the gold, we can take it from the bank. So it's 100% risk free.
I think these are very attractive propositions. Among all of the things, like one of my favorite was scratch cards, because I make a lot of digital payments and I get like scratch cards, but I know for sure I'm getting nothing, no cashback.
I give you a deal. If you make a credit card bill payment today on my platform, you will get 10 plus OTT subscription for 1 month free of cost, including Jio, Sony Live and Z5.
So, what are the short-term and the long-term roadmap for you? Also want to know, especially in the next few months, what are the new features which you are going to launch? And also, what is the long-term, lamba game kya hai?
So short term, I can tell you, EaseMyDeal is coming up with two great products into the market. One is we are launching our own wallet, so that is going into the market very soon. And the other one is, I'll keep it a secret. You explore it yourself. That is not into the Indian markets as well, but we are aligned with the vision and the mission of our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji. He wants our local talent to go global, and we will help them go global in a new product onto the EaseMyDeal. So that is what we are looking forward to. On long-term maps, obviously, we are focusing more on compliance. We are focusing more on artificial intelligence, how AI can come into our picture and how AI can scale things up for us. And the third one is we want to be the most trusted regulatory fintech ever. And we are working on to that. And these are the three things that we are working on to, that you may see changes in coming 3 to 5 years. And obviously, you may see EaseMyDeal becoming a big fintech brand going forward.
So also just to add on this, like, especially when we talk about Bharat, the real people at the smaller, they're not saying the people who are in smaller towns, villages, now they are also like, I think they are also very hands-on with digital payments and a lot of things. How much of focus is on tapping into that customer base?
So when targeting the tier 3 and tier 4 segments of in Bharat that we talk about, so tier 3, tier 4 users right now know how to make UPI payments, but they are still less friendly to credit card payments. And credit card market is growing at a great pace. And here what EaseMyDeal comes, and we are looking to ease the things for them to make credit card payments and also BNPL, buy now pay later payments, so that they are more used to the fintech other modes of payment rather than UPI. For UPI, government of India has done a commendable job, a fantabulous job. You look at the numbers, it's a big numbers. We are the number 1 transacting nation on UPI in the world, and I give all credit to the government that they have worked so high on this that even tier 3 and tier 4 user right now know that just tap on the UPI and pay. It's so easy to pay at any small store or at a big store.
Recently, I read that 50% of digital payments came from India in the last month. So that is a big achievement for us as a nation, as Bharat. We are talking about that as a population, our literacy rate is growing, and people are now, that digital space is becoming convenient and easier for each and every user, whether we talk about tier 3 or tier 4 citizen of India.
But let me tell you, going forward, if EaseMyDeal is envisioned to create another product, you won't be carrying a credit card to any of the stores to make a payment using credit card. You won't be needing a credit card. A phone is enough to make a payment on a QR to make a credit card payment.
That's amazing. So now coming to the product, especially the product, you talked about the very high level of small number. Basically, it's the reverse, like the very small number of frauds and everything. So I want to ask you, like, how do you keep the platform, the UX, so tight that such things are not happening? Somebody is not trying to rig the system. We have seen so many people scamming the system and everything. At the same time, you have to make sure the UX doesn't take. It is fast to load. The payment goes through.
So for us, we keep it very simple. We don't go into very fancy UI or a UX. We keep the UX very simple for the user, so that it is very understandable for each and every person, right? So the journey becomes very easy for the user. Let's suppose if you want to make a recharge, the journey will be very easy. It will be only a 2-step process where he has to enter the mobile number, select plan, and that's it. He will make the payment. There will be no intermediary page where we'll be showing a review page where there is a change button. There are many distractions.
Spin the wheel.
We don't keep such things. We make it very simple for the user, so that the purpose for which he has came to the platform, that should be fulfilled first, and all the major things, all the major information that he has to see or which he must be seeing, that is quite visible clearly. So in terms of UX and all, we keep this very simple. Apart from that, in terms of security is the utmost importance that we take care of. We proudly say that we are one of the most secure platform into the fintech space. Like Gaurav also mentioned earlier that we have a chargeback ratio of less than 0.0002%, which is one of the best in the industry. So we have placed the algorithms, we have placed the checks in such a manner, and all kudos to my team that brings such a wonderful ideas, and then we brainstorm it. Keeping a small team with me as a into the tech platform, it's very beneficial because we get the right inputs and everyone knows what they have to do and what is the end goal. So we keep that loop very small, and we try to make the platform as secure as possible so that none of the breaches are happened, and we have good set of testers as well who keeps on doing security testing, vulnerability testing, then load testing and everything. So that keeps on happening on a regular basis so that the users feel more comfortable in using our app.
So one of the problems is nowadays is that there is a lot of OTP scams. There is digital frauds. Somebody is trying to have a fake listing of EaseMyDeal on App Store. Copycats. They have using similar looking. So how do you do that control? So do you control that, sir?
Again, a very beautiful thing. Until and unless a user downloads the app from the authentic Play Store or iOS platform, he won't be able to make any payment. The payment won't go through. It will be failed. The user won't be able to open any of the payment nodes. So we have worked on this, and we try to maintain this that no kind of fraudulent activity is performed in terms of payment, because we know that there are particular areas or segment of our own society where there is a lot of fraudulent activity which happens, and innocents are being scammed due to this. Not even I won't be saying that only tier 2 or tier 3, even the elites are being scammed. So we have taken utmost importance, and we have all the compliances sorted as well. So we have PCI DSS compliant, then we have taken SAR audit, SICRA. So like that also we are quite compliant.
Also, want to understand, just one of the issues with a lot of payment apps is that the failures, say bank servers were down, or sometimes payment gets stuck. Nowadays slightly better that it reverses, but during peak hours, I've seen a good number of apps crashing because of the servers failing. So how do you make sure that if payment fails or something like
so payment fails, I know, but how we have taken care of it is that we have been using multiple PGs and all best in the industry. We use PayU, we use Cashfree, we use BillDesk, we use Razorpay. So we have 6 PGs in total which we are using, and we have built our own in-house tech as well, where we see the success ratio of the particular PG that we are getting, and we route the customer's payment to that particular PG for that particular payment method, so that we are getting the best success ratio if a user is making the transaction, so that we don't want to ruin the experience of the user. If he has made the transaction and he wants to buy something, then that should be fulfilled. So that thing we take care of. So we only work with the best of the PGs in India.
Got it. So no conversation with founders is gonna be complete today if I don't mention AI. And there is so much of AI things happening in AI right now. For instance, Perplexity, as long as it's finance app, where you can now personal finance is getting a lot of AI integration, and then so on and so on. So you think that fintech and AI go together? Like, what are your thoughts on AI or implementing AI in your platform?
So obviously we are working on AI, and recently I would like to say that in GFF 2025 EaseMyDeal exhibited, and we had made 2 products, credit card AI engine and loan AI engine, and basically we had plug and play features, and we were honored that the CFO of Punjab National Bank, Sir Dilip Jain, inaugurated our product, and he motivated us. He understood our product, and we made him understand that how we are working on AI, and I'll focus on the features. So what happens in India is that many of the users are not aware that which type of credit card they want to use. See, everyone has the aspirations that मेरे पास best credit card हो जहाँ पे maximum cashback points मिल जाए मेरे को, best rewards मिल जाए, but it doesn't happen like that. So there is always a credit score, or a bank keeps a check that whether the customer is eligible or not. So here comes our AI engine where customer needs to fill in a few details, and then our AI algorithm and everything works on all the information which the user has input, and then we suggest only that particular credit card which will, if user applies, he will be able to get that from the bank. So we give him all the probabilities basically. So like for example, if he's applying for an IDFC credit card, we tell him that okay, chances of getting this particular credit card is 95%, but if he's going to apply for SBI 5% cashback credit card, then maybe he won't be getting, and the chances of getting him is only like 15%. So here comes the AI engine. Similarly, we are working on the loan AI engine as well. So we want to reduce the number of queries which user makes, because it is going to eventually hit his credit score, and again he is not getting the credit card as well. So the trust into the system that breaks for the user, because he thinks that अरे मुझे तो मिलेगा ही नहीं credit card, and then eventually he has to settle up with a kind of FD credit card or something like that. So we want to improve that journey for the user.
We want to ease that process of getting a credit card. Yeah.
So before we conclude, our conversation, and it will be great, if you can just, briefly explain, and give, and also conclude with one advice to budding entrepreneurs who are trying to build something in fintech or any other industry. So it will be great if you can begin with, your parting thoughts about, what are your vision for the next few months or years, and also one advice would you like to give to the young entrepreneurs who are watching these.
So I would say that if you are an entrepreneur and if you are passionate about what you are doing, you won't feel the pain of struggle. You won't feel that you are struggling on anything. And the other part is that being an entrepreneur, you should be solving some of the problems of the users or any other fintech startups or any other startups into the industry, either B2B or B2C. If you are solving something, you're passionate about something, you won't feel the struggle, and the journey will be very smooth and you'll enjoy the journey. So I would suggest that just enjoy the journey. Don't be too milestone centric that I have to achieve that milestone. Milestones will come and go, and ultimately your goal will be achieved. But if you're enjoying the journey, you are solving some of the greatest problems, you will be able to succeed.
Very rightly said. In addition to this, I'd like to add that instead of chasing the numbers, focus on building something which is very, purposeful and which is solving actually all the problems. There will be struggles, there will be uphill tasks, but all those will actually, lead into something very beautiful. This entrepreneurship is a journey, and it's a very beautiful journey. You just need to be persistent and keep following the pursuit.
I would like to say that, see, if an entrepreneur is going to start a venture, it's not about the idea on which he's going to start. Maybe it's good that he has a good idea or a out of the world idea, something very unique, but focus on the execution, because eventually it's all about execution. Might be you have the world's greatest idea, but if you are not able to execute it, then it's of no use. Someone else will copy that idea, and might be he will be executing much better, and he'll be becoming a bigger brand than yours. So keep in mind how you are going to execute what you have thought about your product, and be customer centric first, so that it will always help you.
I think that is a great message for people who are watching it, and also especially young entrepreneurs who want some sort of a mantra from the founders who have actually made it.